new patient here, Debbie. Say hi to the camera, Deb.
Hi.
So we're going to do triceps next for muscle length. So for triceps, you have to have your patient nice and relaxed again and bring the arm up into full flexion. So make sure they're sitting up nice. If you have a towel roll for their lumbar spine, that's great. She's good here. I'm going to support her at the epicondyles, and I want her to relax, and I'm going to see how much elbow flexion I can get for the triceps with a little bit of overpressure, and she looks pretty good. She's going to be pretty close to normal, but now that I've seen what she has, I'm going to get my goniometer. Okay. As you do this more and more, you're going to have that clinical eye to even guess what degrees that your patient is at before you get the goniometer on. Time. So the patient has to be completely relaxed, so they're not using their muscles. Deb's not relaxed. There you go. And you know what? And make sure they are, because if not, then you're not going to get adequate length, or you may not get the length that you think you have. All right. Okay, so lining up your goniometer. You're at the epicondyle for your axis. You're on the radial side now for the radial styloid. Putting a little overpressure. You okay, Deb?
Yep.
Lined up with the chromium, and we're at 151. You see that, camera? Okay. Good. Thank you. Perfect. So she is normal. Normal is 150, so she's beyond a degree, so she's actually a little bit long. So you can state if it's long or short, the muscle. Okay. Next thing you're going to do, Deb, I'm going to have you come over here, and we're going to use the table a minute. We can switch. Yep. I also have to switch goniometers. We're going to go to the wrist now for wrist flexors and extensors. Okay. How do you put? So you have to make sure that the patient's arm is fully supported. Actually, I don't even need that much. Because you want to lock out the elbow. We know that the common extensor tendon crosses the elbow joint and the flexor tendon as well. So if we don't lock out into extension, we're creating some short piece of short muscle here, and we want to elongate the entire muscle that goes from here to here. So we have to make sure that we are extended at the elbow for both flexion and extension. So to take the measure, this way, I'm going to use, actually behind me, but that's okay, because I can just show. Can you come up this way a little bit? That's okay. All right, so I'm using my small goni, and I'm going to line up my axis. Again, it's the same as goniometry that you know, my stationary and my movable, and she's relaxed, and I'm manipulating the dorsum of her hand, not her fingers, and I'm bringing the, now this is where we go wrong, is sometimes that we are not lined up with the fifth metacarpal. You doing okay, Deb?
Yes.
Okay, and she's right, oh, I'm blocked with the table. Come forward just a little bit in the chair, thank you. Let me bring her out, because she is definitely longer than the table allows. And yep, we're right at 70, 71. I don't know if you can zoom in on there, Shan. 72. You see it? So and sometimes this is not lined up. So if you look at a patient's fifth met, make sure that it's lined up correctly. It's parallel to it. It shouldn't be just targeting the head, because sometimes we're off or angled, so it should be in alignment with and parallel to. That's sometimes where we're off when we are reassessing and remeasuring behind you, the student. So just make sure you just look at it again, that it is definitely lined up correctly before you take that final measure. And you're putting some overpressure. So this is for the extensors. Okay, so she is beyond normal, she's beyond 70. If I was going to do the flexors, obviously I'd be going into extension, So she's almost normal there too, I think. All right, lining up again, same landmarks. We're just making sure that elbow is locked out. I'm bringing her into extension, and she's going to go way beyond 90. She's going to 95, 96. I'm just going to try to pull away my hand so that you can see it. It was actually right here. So she's beyond, way beyond. Okay. And that is, actually, when we read it, we should read it this way. When we're reading, we're going from 0 to, I don't know which view we're going up there. It looks the same, I know, but it's down there because we went from 0. So if you get past 90, you're definitely long. So remember what your norms are, and from goniometry, it is the same. The only difference here is to lock out that elbow. And that's it. Okay, we'll finish.